Good Shabbos and welcome. It's a pleasure to have you with us this evening from wherever you are. We have a beautiful Shabbat service planned tonight as we honor the veterans of the United States Marines, Army, Navy, and Air Force. And we'll have a special presentation later on in the service from the Jewish war veterans. For now, we begin a beautiful celebration of a bat mitzvah of Maddie Sweden as we begin, as we do every Friday evening, with an opening nigun. Now let us rise as we recite the blessing for the candles for this Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav V'tzivanu lehadlik ner V'tzivanu lehadlik ner V'tzivanu lehadlik ner Shel Shabbat
And you may be seated now as we continue. Page 5, Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon. Ki Melechem, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bachem leShalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon. Ki Melechem, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni l'shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon. Ki Melechem, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Zeitchem l'shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon. Ki Melechem, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Let us turn now to page 11 as we continue together in our singing and our prayers. L'chuna ranana.
L'chuna ranana, l'chuna ranana, l'chuna ranana, l'Adonai. L'chuna ranana, l'chuna ranana, l'chuna ranana, l'Adonai. Nario, nario, l'tzuri sheinu, ekadmat panav l'toda. Naria, naria, l'tzuri sheinu, מזמירות נריע לו, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני.
Yismechu Hashemayim v'tagel ha'aretz, page 14.
ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ. ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ. Yiramayam, 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 Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yiramayam, 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 Yiramayam,
Every day we can feel God's presence, but the Jewish tradition tells us on Shabbat we can feel God even more. That God dwells with us, that God enjoys, that God too is refreshed, that God too rests. And we welcome the Spirit, the Shekhinah of God, with the Chadodi, page 23.
L'chadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. L'chadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, hishmiyanu el hamiuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad, l'shem u'tiferet, v'litila, v'litila. L'chadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. L'chadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך. We rise and face the door בני שבת נקבלה. אורי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
And you may be seated. In this season of offering thanks, let us offer thanks now with the words, Tov lahadot l'Adonai. It is good to thank you, Adonai, and to sing your name most high. Page 27.
טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר ולזמר לשמך עליון. טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלי עוול, עלי היגיון בחינות. טוב, טוב, טוב להודות, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר, ולזמר, ולזמר לשמך עליון. טוב, טוב, טוב להודות, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר, ולזמר, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. טוב, טוב להודות, טוב להודות לאדוני.
Even in the most joyous of occasions, like that of a bat mitzvah, or even just a run-of-the-mill Friday night, bringing in Shabbat, we take time, of course, to remember those who are no longer physically with us. And if you are someone who is feeling the weight of that pain of missing someone who's no longer here, to you, we say, Makom Yenechem, Etoch Bechar Shalei Yerushalayim. I need comfort too, clearly. May you find divine comfort along with all the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. If you are currently in mourning or if you are observing a yard site, please turn to page 30 and join me as you rise for the mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divrach yorotei ve'amlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael ba'gala v'izman kariv v'imru, Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam al mei al maya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudesha brichu, le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata da'amiram be'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Now we all may rise as we turn to page 39 as Maddie, our bat mitzvah, leads us in the Barg in the formal start to our evening service. Please rise, page 39.
Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
You may be seated as we turn to page 40, Ahavat Olam.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל, בית ישראל עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת, על כן אדוני אלוהינו, בשוכבנו ובקומנו, נשיח, נשיח, נשיח בחוקיך, אהבת עולם בית ישראל, בית ישראל עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה, ואהבתך ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו Israel. And Maddie leads us in Shema, page 41.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Afta et Adonai Elohecha, bechol levavecha, uvechol nafshecha, uvechol meotecha, vechayu hadvarim ha'ele, asher Anochi mitzavecha, chayom alevavecha, beshivtecha bevetecha, uvlechtecha vaderech, uvshokbecha uvkumecha, ukshartam leot al yadecha, vechayu letotafot beinenecha, uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uvisharecha.
We continue silently with the paragraphs on page 42.
Adonai Elohechem Emet.
Who is like you, Adonai, among the mighty? Who is like you, adorned in holiness, revered in praise, working wonders? Micha Mocha, page 44.
Micha Mocha ba'ilot, oh say fela. Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha nedar b'kodesh nora nora, nora tehilot, oh say fela. Okay, ayam levnei Moshe ameru. Zeli, zeli, anu ve'ameru. Anara, micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, micha mocha nedar b'kodesh nora nora, nora tehilot, oh say fela. Adonai, Adonai, yimloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai, yimloch le'olam va'ed. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, micha mocha nedar b'kodesh nora nora, nora tehilot, oh say fela, oh say fela, oh say fela.
Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you, God, watch over and deliver us, and you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Hashkivenu, page 45.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, lehamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, lehamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Ushmor tzeiteinu uvoenu l'chaim u'shalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Ve'ad olam hashkivenu Adonai Turn to page 46 as Maddie leads us in Vishamru.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledoratam berit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledoratam berit olam. Beini vein b'nei Yisrael oti leolam Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledoratam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledoratam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledoratam berit olam.
Please rise.
Yitkadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabba, Amen. Be'amad yirach erutei ve'amlich malchutei. B'chayechon uvyomechon u'b'chayetecho beit Yisrael. Ba'agala v'zman kariv ve'imeru Amen. Ba'agala v'zman kariv ve'imeru Amen. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam u'lo me'almaya Yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitromam ve'yitnaseh ve'yithadar ve'yit'aleh ve'yithalal shemei dekudesha brichu le'elam mikol virchata ve'shirata tushbechata ve'nechemata da'arima be'alma ve'imeru Amen ve'imeru Amen ve'imeru Amen ve'imeru Amen Amen.
And now we pray silently, page 47 through page 52. as we end our silent prayers and we prepare to pray for peace, let me offer this prayer written by one of my colleagues, Rabbi Naomi Levy, entitled A Prayer for Our Country After the Election. Our nation has chosen a new leader to guide us forward in this challenging time. Help us, God, to unite our great country in the wake of a contentious election. Teach us to listen to one another, to heal our divisions, and to restore hope. The days that lie before us will not be easy, but they are ours to shape. Let them be days of repair, days when we will stem the tide of this horrific pandemic, days when we will join together to build a new future. For some of us, the results of this election are a cause for a great celebration. For others, the results are a deep disappointment. Our charge tonight must be to rise above conflict, to rise above our differences, and welcome in a new time of understanding, a new time of caring and empathy, decency and support. Bless us, God, with ears to hear, hearts to love, and hands to reach across party lines so we can ensure liberty and dignity for all. Land of opportunity and dreams, we vow to protect our blessed democracy and to safeguard the freedom that is our birthright. We pledge our allegiance to every soul in need and every child praying for a better tomorrow. Bless America, God, with peace, prosperity, and with justice for all. And to this let us say, Amen.
Page 51. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech Adon l'chol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech Adon l'chol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levadein et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Baruch atah Adonai hamevarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. Now it's that time in the service where we ask you to put your arms around each other, and you at home or wherever you are around the world, and join with us in Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom, Oseh Shalom bimromav, Yaseh Shalom aleinu, Shalom aleinu, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru Amen. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru Amen. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oseh shalom, oseh shalom bimromav, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו, שלום עלינו, עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. Amen. Amen.
And now let us pause in our service to offer a prayer of healing. A Misha Barak prayer for all those in our families and in our community who are in need of a Misha Barak prayer.
Shebeirach avotenu, Kor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing for us and all of those we love. Mi shebeirach imotenu, mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah Shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
And you may be seated now as we continue with the Kaddish Shalem, page 54.
Yitgadav yikadash shemei Rabbah, Amen. V'yamad yivrach chirutei, v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechonu v'yamechonu v'chayei dachol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv, v'yimeru, Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach, le'alav v'lo me'amayach, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yipa'ar, V'yitraman, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitaleh, V'yitalo, Shemei Jekudesh Abrichu, Le'ela Mikol Berchata V'shirata, Tushbechata V'nechemata, Damiram Be'alma V'imeru, Amen. Titkabel tzilod hon uvaut hon dechol Yisrael, Kadam avuhon devishmaya, V'imeru, Amen. Yehei shlama rabim shemaya, V'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael, V'imeru, Amen. Oh, say shalom b'imromav, Hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'yakol Yisrael, V'imeru, Amen.
My friends, in every conflict and in times of peace, American Jews have served our country with courage and bravery. Tonight, during this week of Veterans Day, we honor them. JWB Jewish Chaplains Council has provided us a pre-recording of an active duty Jewish chaplain named Yonina Creditor, who will now deliver a Devar Torah for all of us at Congregation Beth Yeshurun.
Shabbat Shalom. My name is Rabbi Yonina Creditor. I'm a lieutenant in the United States Navy. And thank you for joining me on this Veterans Day Shabbat. This Shabbat is Parshat Chayei Sarah, where Avram sends his servant to go back to his family's home to get a bride for Yitzchak. And amazingly enough, there's something very poignant in that I connected with. See, I joined the military, I raised my right hand, I volunteered to serve our country, and in doing so, I volunteered my family. And that's the key word for me. So I, like any other who raise our hands, are sent wherever it is that, for me, the Navy, or for others, the Army, the Air Force, the Marine Corps, Coast Guard send us. And it's an incredibly lonely and scary process. Very much like God saying to Abraham, to Lech Lecha, just go, I'll tell you when to stop. And so we go to these new installations all over the world, and we have no idea who's going to be there to greet us. But over time, we build these relationships with others around us by a shared experience, mutual understanding of what it's like to be in the military. They become family. They become those safe places to be. And every few years when we rotate to a new station, we take those people with us, maybe not physically, but over the phone, or maybe we are in fact stationed together again. And everywhere we go, we build more family. We know our safe places we can go to, the people to call, the ones who've been with us on some of these incredible shared experiences, whether it's overseas or a stressful deployment. We build those relationships. Avraham instinctively understood that idea, that when you need to, and in a moment where you cannot do something on your own, you reach back for family. That's what Avraham did, and that's what I do. That's what everyone who wears this uniform and our family members, that's what we do. We figure out our family everywhere we go. By you participating today, you are helping us create this greater sense of family, not just of mishpacha, but of amcha, so that everywhere we go, you're there supporting us. Wherever I go, I'm not just the only rabbi there. I have rabbis all over the world ready to support me and my Jewish community. Because that is what we do for each other. That's what it means to be family. Avraham reached back to get a wife for Yitzchak. I'm reaching back to you to know that I'm not alone. Toda rabah, thank you for your time, and Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Rabbi Creditor. And now we turn from Devar Torah to a prayer for the America's military personnel, a song of service. We enjoy this beautiful prayer written by Rabbi Gerald Skolnick and set to music by Chazan Daniel Mendelsohn.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu litatef b'tzitzit. Ribono shel olam, Ribono shel olam, anu korim levirkatcha, alecha yalei tzvartzot habrit, Hanashim v'hagvarim, hamitzim shegvuratam, unsirutam limdinateinu, megina lekulanu, Ribono shel olam, Ribono shel olam, yoter mikol ano, nosim tefila, sheizku lashuv, b'shalom b'mehera, uvivriut tova, משפחותיהם ולארצם, whether by air, land, or sea, wherever their orders take them, we ask, dear God, that they be protected within your sheltering presence. Ribono shel olam, Ribono shel olam, Ribono shel olam.
Let us never forget the courage, the sacrifices, the determination and the bravery of our Jewish servicemen and women, and all servicemen and women of our United States military. And at the same time, as Jews, let us not forget the sacrifices our Jewish brothers and sisters make in the land of Israel for the Israel Defense Forces during this Shabbat of the week of Veterans Day. Let us continue to thank them for their service. And let us always remember who provides and who safeguards the freedoms that each of us enjoys as citizens of this great country. And now let us return to our service as we turn to page 56 and we rise for the Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabech l'adon hakol, l'atei gedula le'yotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kogayei haratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam hilkenu kahem, v'or aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu korim, Uvishtahavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu shechunotei shamayim veyosed haaretz umoshav yekaro bashamayim ima'o ushchinatu zo begov hei meromim hu Eloheinu Einod emet malkeinu efezulato kakatuv betorato v'yatayom v'hasheva ta elevavecha ki Adonai hu Elohim bashamayim ima'al ve'al ha'aretz mitachat einod v'ne'emar v'chaya Adonai lemelech kol ha'aretz bayom chahu yeh Adonai echad ushemo echad.
As we prepare to recite the words of the mourner's Kaddish, we are mindful of a multitude of unnamed Jewish souls who sleep in marked and unmarked graves throughout the world. In addition to those who died in combat, we add the long muster of other Jewish servicemen and women who, having returned to civilian life, have since passed to the life beyond. This week at Beth Yeshurun, we offer condolences to the families of Gerald Stephen Spear and Bonnie Zuber Bierman. We now invite all those in mourning and all those observing Yortzeit to remain standing for the words of the Mourner's Kaddish, page 58. Yitzgadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divrach yiruteh v'yalmik malchuteh, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayeh dekol beit Yisrael, ba'agalav v'zman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam omei amaya. Yitzbarach v'yishtabach v'yitzba'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dikudusha b'richu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata. Tishbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiram v'yalma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru amen. We're fortunate this evening to celebrate 3 anniversaries. First, celebrating their 21st anniversary, Shelley and Jeremy Sorkin. Shelley and Jeremy, while this year has been challenging with the pandemic, the one nice thing is that with Jeremy working from home for the last 8 months, you're not getting sick of each other. May God continue to bless the 2 of you and your 3 children with only more blessings and more health and even more peace in the many years ahead. Happy 21st wedding anniversary. We have 2 really big anniversaries now to celebrate. First, celebrating 60 years of marriage, Irene and Frank Shaw. And your big thing this year is moving from your home to the Tradition, an independent apartment facility on Buffalo Speedway at the end of May. It's a lovely place, nice and friendly staff, great food, and it's easy to make friendships with all residents. And there are different activities which you can participate in. Irene and Frank, we miss you here at the synagogue. We miss seeing you here on Friday nights when you often would come. But may God continue to bless you with only good things in the years ahead. Happy 60th wedding anniversary. And celebrating their 65th wedding anniversary, Carol and Paul Horvitz. Your big news for 2020 is that you now have 5 great-grandchildren. And unfortunately, you haven't been able to meet your latest great-grandson because he was born during the pandemic and lives in Maryland. My prayer is that you get to see him this year and spend many times with him in the months and years ahead. And may God continue to bless you with only happiness in the years ahead. Carol and Paul, happy 65th wedding anniversary. Mazel tov to all of our couples. A couple really exciting announcements to share with you this evening. Over the years, Beth Yeshurun has won many prestigious awards. But I'd like to announce a new award that we just received, and it's just been made public. Beth Yeshurun is one of only 10 recipients of Paper Magazine's 2021 Houston's Good Brick Award. The awards, which have presented each year since 1979, recognize outstanding contributions to the preservation, restoration, and enhancement of culturally and architecturally significant structures. Beth Yeshurun Synagogue was recognized for restoration of its mid-century design. Our Good Brick Award reflects the tenacity and generosity of our synagogue's leadership and membership in raising the funds to completely restore the building after Hurricane Harvey. We'd like to thank Anna Mode and Amanda Berry from Macra Street Historic Advisors for guiding the synagogue through the nomination and application process. Preservation Houston for recognizing our synagogue with a special honor. Glenn Rosenbaum for shepherding us through the application process. And Jared Bloom for working closely with Glenn to ensure that all the pieces came together. And thank you, Shelby Hodge, for recognizing all the recipients in her terrific article. You can go online, go to our Facebook page, or go to Paper Magazine. What a nice honor it is, and a reminder just how blessed we are to be in this building we call home, our spiritual home of Congregation Beth Yeshurun. Many of you over the last year or so have ordered meals from our catering department, whether it's on a weekday evening or afternoon or on Shabbat. For the first time ever, we're going to be offering Thanksgiving to go meals, but you have to register on our website by this Monday. It's a full kosher traditional Thanksgiving turkey meal, complete with all your favorite sides and, of course, my favorite pumpkin pie. So make your Thanksgiving a little bit easier this year and order from our catering department. Next Shabbat, we'll recognize all our grandparents and grandfriends here in Shabbat Renewal service in the Barg Sanctuary, and I hope you'll join us virtually. Our Family Friday next week at 5 is a special craft that we hope your kids can go and do with their grandfriends right before our service at 5 o'clock. And watch for more information on our website on how to join in. And our day school is also in the middle of the Grandfriends Month. And each week has a different theme. Next week is Thanks a Grad. And the following week is Do Something Grand. So while we're doing this here at the synagogue, our day school is doing it as well, as we coordinate together for the betterment of our community. What greater people to honor as the grandfriends of our community. As we always strive to do, we want to get involved in the community. And of course, it's a little bit more difficult right time making a difference for others in need because of the pandemic, but we can still make a difference. So we have a number of ongoing social action projects. Hopefully you got an email yesterday that tells you about all these great opportunities. I want to thank our program director, Jennifer Rosenzweig, and our social action committee chairs, Melissa Levine and Samantha Melman, for lining up and doing all the work necessary. First, we have a blood drive this Sunday from 10 to 2. There's still some slots available that you can register on our website. The Emergency Action Coalition will be collecting gently used coats and jackets. As the weather starts to get a little bit colder, go to our website to find out where you can drop off any used jackets or coats. And finally, we have some opportunities for hands-on helping at Bethel's Heavenly Hands during the week of Thanksgiving. They're preparing to serve 1,500 meals for Thanksgiving, and they've asked us here in the Jewish community to come help them and with our neighbors in the Black community. And they need help with everything from setup to serving. There are 3 shifts available on the Tuesday and Wednesday of Thanksgiving week, and of course, registration is available on our website. And finally, this year's Sisterhood Tour Fund event is virtual this Tuesday at noon. We're partnering with our Jewish Community Center Books and Arts Festival for a very entertaining program. Not only is it an opportunity to be entertained, but to support the Torah Fund that supports scholarships and programming at conservative institutions of higher learning throughout the world. So go to our website. We have so many incredible events and programs coming up as we continue to be a virtual synagogue and, of course, an in-person synagogue. And we're all welcome to sign up for different services, whether it's on weekday mornings or evenings or on Shabbat. We'd love to see you here. We follow all the rules of social distancing. We have a very safe environment. So if you'd like to come to services Beth Yeshurun, just register on our website. And finally, last but certainly not least, I want to welcome again the Sweden family and all their loved ones that are here with us here in the Barg Sanctuary or watching virtually. As Maddie, we celebrate your bat mitzvah. You come off to a wonderful start. I remember Sydney and Hannah's bat mitzvah like it was yesterday. And they're here with your proud parents and other family members and friends. So, Maddie, get a good night's sleep. We look forward tomorrow as you officially become a bat mitzvah, but we know you're going to do an extraordinary job. So, mazel tov, we're very proud of you. And now we're ready to bring our service to a close. First, as I get to do every Friday evening, we bless our children that are with us or watching online. We first bless our sons with the words, Yisimcha Elohim Ke'Ephraim V'Kem Menashe. May God bless you like Ephraim and Menashe and all the good boys of our Jewish tradition. And for our girls, Yisimech Elohim Kesara Rivka Rachel V'Leah. May God bless you like Sarah, Becca, Rachel, and Leah, and all the beautiful girls and daughters of our Jewish tradition. And we say Amen. And may God continue to bless all of our children with peace. And now let us rise for the Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'yahava uvratzon, hinchilanu, zikaron le'maaseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila le'mikra'ei kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim, kivanu v'acharta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol hamim, v'shabbat kodshecha, ve'ahava u'v'ratzon, hinchaltanu, baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh HaShabbat. Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat.